Yo, what up guys? I'm Drip Skylark and this is MLB The Show 25. In this video, we're going to be continuing the Long Beach Catfish franchise. We started this team with 0 players and are not allowed to sign free agents inside of the top 150. It only took us 3 seasons to get our team to where it is right now. So if you want to see how we took a 0 overall team to this roster in 3 seasons, go check out the last video now. Right now we have some solid guys on our roster like Garrett Whitlock, Tyler Alexander, Sir Anthony Dominguez, and Eric Miller. We have a lot of young promising talent like Carmen Alonso, Fred Rockwell, Todd Ryder, Todd Harper, a subscriber and commenter from last video, Lane Newman's favorite player, David Young. If you want your comment featured on screen next video, let me know your favorite player in the comments down below at the end of this video. Raul Lopez, Martin Joseph, and Federico Valenzuela, just to name a few. Don't forget Nick Kurtz, who we got in the Rule 5 draft. I think I'm going to give a lot of these guys decent at-bats next season. So even though these numbers don't look like it, I thought Senzatella had a good year for us last year. He really kind of fell apart at the end of the year, but he did improve. I'm going to attempt to bring him back for a 1-year deal. Similar deal with Tyler Wells. We drafted a lot of pitchers last year, and they do need time to develop. He'll just be another option for us in the time being. Walker Buehler is outside of the top 150, and he is actually still a 71 overall. We have a lot of relief pitchers, and I know he's 37, but Carl Edwards Jr. looks really good here. He does have B potential and is progressing, so hopefully he won't regress very quickly. We're going to bring in Duncan Richard. He's a lefty. He's only 27. See potential for him. The one issue with him is he doesn't look like much of a closer. So I'm hoping to bring him in, move him to a reliever, and hopefully he can develop in our farm system. We're going to grab Pedro Navarro for our farm system. We're going to bring in Yoshida. He's going to be a really solid bat. I decided I'm not going to bring back Tyler Wells. We have a couple good starting pitchers and a lot of decent starting pitchers. And all of them apart from Walker Buehler are more youthful. And we only have 2 spots open for this Rule 5 draft. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use both of them. Worst comes to worst, we can add Tom Hu to the 40-man. I don't think he's ready yet, but he's a 73 overall. He only has a D potential, so hopefully he could look good early in AAA ball. Draft lottery, we've gotten screwed the past couple of years. I guarantee you we're not the worst team in baseball next year, so hopefully it blesses us. From number 1 to 7, again, this game is just brutal. We actually have 5 spots open on our 40-man. It's kind of scary because I'm not sure which 3 people aren't coming back. I know I said our starting pitching rotation looked pretty full and we wanted to go with youth, but Tony Gosselin's a reliever right now and he looks absolutely incredible. If I move him to starter, I guarantee you he will be above an 80. He might be our highest rated player. We're also going to pick up Joey Loperfido. He's 29 with a B potential. I know Steve Manzo's 24, but he still does need time to develop. He showed that last year. Nathan Martorella has had 2 subpar seasons, and I really envision Yoshida as our designated hitter. So I'm going to pick him up before anybody else does. And that's going to be our whole Rule 5 draft. We have so many good guys, it's hard to pick up somebody that'll make the 26-man roster the entire year. So we finished spring training a little below the middle of the pack. We were 10 and 15. Trey Morgan making his case once again. He's a demon in spring training. Carmen Alonso looking beastly at the cleanup. Martin Joseph, 292. 279 for Valenzuela. I like what I'm seeing out of Aliendo. I think he could develop into our everyday catcher by the end of the season. Ty France looking to bounce back. He had a third of the amount of home runs he had last year just in the spring training. Yoshida, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. And David Young has been disappointing. I think he just needs to get his plate vision up. He's still going to make the 26-man, but I don't know if he's going to be batting at the 2 spot anymore, or at least until he can prove he can. Looks like we made the right choice moving off of Martorella. Ed Howard just got to be the worst guy at baseball. Whitlock looked good. Alexander, we know what he can bring. Gosselin is easing into the starting pitcher role. Owen White actually looked good, thankfully. And Hunter Barco looking to state his case. Buehler not great. Senzatella always impresses me. And Justin Patton has looked beastly on the mound. I think I might start the year with Patton. Senzatella is going to stick around. And hopefully Walker Buehler enjoys the minors. Or free agency. Carl Edwards, whoa. And Sir Anthony Dominguez, beastly. I'm going to cut down the roster and I'll see you guys with the lineup for Season 4. We just extended Sir Anthony Dominguez for 4 years. He was only asking for like $1.7 million. And I got deep pockets, boy. To start Season 4 against right-handers, we have Valenzuela leading off. Yoshida batting second. Martin Joseph batting third. And Carmen Alonso at cleanup, followed by Ty France, Garrett Howe, David Young, Liam Hicks, and Joey Loperfido. And this season against lefties, we're running out the same lineup, with the exception of Pablo Aliendo at catcher. Our rotation this year consists of Garrett Whitlock, Tyler Alexander, Tony Gosselin, Owen White, and John Patton. Antonio Senzatella is going to hold down the long relief role. Out of the pen, you got Zach Jackson, Duncan Richard, and Eric Miller. We have Carl Edwards and Brock Burke in there to set up Dominguez. Depending on how we're doing at the midseason point, I might hop into a game. But until then, I'll see you with our record at the draft. One issue with Martin Joseph is that he's just so injury prone. He's out for 1 to 2 months with a broken ankle once again, but this injury does open up my designated hitter spot. There's only one guy crushing it in the minors right now, batting over 300. It's Raul Lopez. He's going to make his major league debut. The injury bug hit us again this season. Brock Burke has only pitched .2 innings. Eric Miller pitched a really good 9 innings, then he went down. We signed Luke Weaver out of free agency. He's been our setup guy. He's been okay. We had to move up some weak arms a little too early. Duncan Richard, 2 wins, but he hasn't been great. And the boy, Dylan Heed, 9 strikeouts, 12 walks. Entering into this year's draft, our record sits at 41-54. To start last month, we lost 16 out of our first 18 games. And then Martin Joseph came back on the 21st. Since then, the team's really looked good. All of our bullpen arms are back. The starting pitching is all looking pretty good. And the injury to Martin Joseph gave us the opportunity to move up Raul Lopez to the majors. And he's looked like an absolute stud. 8 home runs, 30 RBIs, 292 average. Another guy I have to mention too is David Jung. 325 average, 5 home runs, 34 RBIs. He reclaimed his rightful position at the 2 spot. He's 4th in the league in batting average right now. Even though we only have the 7th overall pick this year, I focus scouted some guys. And there were about 4 or 5 guys I thought looked really good. I think we're going to jump into one of these games in Fenway in September. For next video, I'll probably download a custom ballpark for us. But until then, I think the road games will be a little more immersive. After putting all the guys in my draft queue, we have a clear first 4 choices. Either Doyle McCoy, Daryl Tobridge, Arlen Calero, or Frank Escobar. If none of those guys are around and Pedro Chavez is still around, we're going to take him. Feels like a really deep class for catchers, so don't be surprised if we come away with one today. And similarly, center field looks good. I'm going to talk out the draft process for the picks with 3 minutes on the clock. But for the picks with only 1 minute on the clock, I really need to use my head. Last video, my mind was just moving so fast on those, I was mumbling throughout it. And 2 of my picks got skipped, and I don't want that to happen again. So I'll explain my reasoning right after I draft them. Alright, enough explaining. We're going to get right into the draft and hope one of those guys falls to us. And all of our guys are still around. This is going to be a tough decision. Now, we do need a starting pitcher, but I really don't like that strikeouts per 9. I really don't like that hits per 9. I think Tobridge has high potential, but we also really need a young shortstop. Right now, it's between Tobridge and Calero for me. I could really hope Tobridge falls to the next round, but one thing that really does stick out to me is that he's 6'5", 233 pounds. Calero's 5'7", 180. Sadly, it looks like the power isn't there, but I'm sure he naturally has some raw power and will outpower those stats. And if he reaches his potential, he'll have 93 speed. He's going to be 6'5", 233 pounds with 93 speed. He's only climbed in our draft rankings. I was going to take a shot at starting pitcher, but nothing looked too appealing to take this early. Henry Ransom's a catcher. He's 22 years old. I see him being on the main roster next year. His potential only gets to 85, but I see it being an 85. And his overall is 71 through 85. I'm hoping it's an 85. For our next pick, we're going to go the starting pitcher route. We're going to take Willie Mercado. The last shortstop on my board is Julio Hernandez. He looks pretty good, but I think he'll make it to next round. And if he doesn't, there's a couple center fielders here that I'm willing to take a chance on. So we're going to draft Willie Mercado. Julio Hernandez is still here. I'm not going to risk it. Blake could get 91 potential. That's really the only intriguing thing about him. His stats do look alright, but I'm drafting Julio Hernandez. There is another shortstop right here. They're all going to be gone by the next pick, so I'm going to pick him up. Well, look who it is. If you don't remember from last video, we drafted Joe Sanglin in the 4th round. He didn't want to sign, but he can't get away from us. And with our last draft pick, we're going to pick up Buck Grieve. I think that's going to turn out to be a pretty good draft. I'll see you guys when I sign them. And to my surprise, the class is looking pretty weak. Daryl Tobridge disappointing, 76 potential. Power stats looking rough. I hope he has that raw power. Henry Ransom, absolute bust, 64 potential, 64 overall. Willie Mercado, as mid as could be. Corey Zimmerman has some potential, but he's only a 52 overall. Joe Sanglin made us wait all these years just to have a 37 control. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Leave a prediction in the comments right now on how many wins this team is going to get. Before we get to the end of the season and show all the stats, we're going to take on the Red Sox at Fenway Park. The series is 1-1. This game's a rubber match between the 2 teams. I wanted to watch Tyler Alexander pitch this. He has a 2.26 ERA right now. This might be one of the last elite years we get out of him, so I thought we'd check him out. We're going to watch him pitch the 1st inning and simulate the rest. If it's close in the 9th inning, we'll hop back in and watch us close it out. We're also going to get to watch our entire lineup bat at least once. So whether it takes 1, 2, or 3 innings, we're going to go all the way through the lineup. And there he is, Tyler Alexander, the best player in Catfish history. .28 ERA in his last 5 games. Hopefully he can carry that over to today. They have Crochet on the mound. That's always scary. Valenzuela is going to lead it off for us. He takes the first pitch at 100. Jeez. And Crochet catches him looking. Crochet's not afraid to get up in those counts. We got to be careful of that. David Jung, 304 average up to bat. And he takes that first cutter. And it's 2-0 for David Jung. And the 2-0 pitch smack from Crochet. Can he get there? And no, he can't beat it out. Here's our starting lineup today. Martin Joseph up to bat. He takes that fastball for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. And he takes that one too. He's looking a little timid up there. Fouls that one away. 0-2. And the ump gives him a good call. I thought that was low. Tyler Alexander, 2.67 ERA. .24 his last 5 games. And leading off, David Hamilton. He's going to foul off that cutter. Pitcher friendly count, 0-2. Ground out to second. And Tyler Alexander wastes no time retiring his first batter. Riley Green now on the Red Sox. 1-0 for the lefty. Sneaks it in there. 1-1 count with the 1-2 count. Oh, he went. 8 pitches this at bat. And he strikes him out looking on his 9th pitch of the at bat. And high on Devers. Surprised he didn't swing on that. 3-1 for Devers. Bregman on deck. Rafael Devers smacks it. That's a single into right field while Tyler Alexander was trying to get back into that count. Unlucky. I think he was going to walk Devers anyways, so a single isn't the end of the world. He has to locate for Alex Bregman, though. And he misses with that pitch. 2-0. And Bregman hits that deep into center field. Oh, he lays out for it. Does not get it. Is this going to score a run? I think it might. Even Rafi Devers can score a run on that. It's going to be 1-0. Roman Anthony up at the plate. 239, uncharacteristic year for him. And the umpire giving him nothing. He grounds that out to second. That's going to end the inning. Alex Bregman puts the Sox ahead 1-0. Leading off this inning, Carmen Alonso. He's chatting it up with Sevi Zabala back there, whoever's back there. And he fouls off the 0-1 from Crochet. Big swing and miss at that second pitch. That was a good pitch. And a deep shot. That's going to go foul. And a big swing and miss on the sweeper. Carmen Alonso not looking great that at-bat. Raul Lopez, the late addition to this lineup. Ty France was supposed to play today, but I really wanted to see what he's doing. Strike 3, caught looking. Raul Lopez. Garrett Crochet is absolutely cooking up on us. Garrett Howe hasn't had the best of seasons for himself, but he's serviceable. As serviceable as we can get at shortstop. Inside, 2-2. And Garrett Howe looking confident in the box. I think he's going to rip this. Oh, no. A quick ending for Tyler Alexander. Leads to Yoshida. He was our big free agent signing this offseason. Yoshida and Crochet, 2 guys who know each other very well. And Yoshida, such a good eye. 2-2 count. He's always a threat to get back into counts. And a 3-2 count. The payoff pitch coming. And Crochet keeps it out of the zone. Yoshida goes swinging. And that's going to be a ground out. Pablo Eliendo up to bat. He's been around since the inception of this franchise. He's got a really cool batting stance. Oh, yeah. Decent hit on it, but just no pop on the bat. And the last guy in our rotation, Todd Ryder, 22 home runs this season. He's having a huge season for himself. I'm really proud of him. He also has 13 stolen bases, 3rd on the Catfish. He has 88 speed and a lot of power. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Crochet. And it's ripped. Straight out to center field. It's going to be an easy catch. And that's going to be the end of the third inning. I'm going to simulate to the ninth inning, and if it's close enough, we're going to hop in and watch us win this game. Solo homer out of Martin Joseph. That ties it up. Tyler Alexander has been pitching incredible. I'd be surprised if he's not still in the game. And it looks like Crochet's getting taken out of the game. Thanks to Martin Joseph's home run, we can hop in and watch us finish out this game. We're going to watch this whole ninth inning. And they're bringing in number 46. He hasn't missed a meal. David Jung to lead off for us. The first pitch. Wow, and that's hit deep. Their center field is going to get under it. Martin Joseph had a home run back in the 5th inning. The 2-2 pitch coming in. And he lays off that. 3-2. This will be a very quality at-bat if it ends up in a walk. The payoff pitch. And Martin Joseph gets walked to first. He turns an 0-2 count into a really good at-bat. Carmen Alonso up. He looked a little jumpy his first at-bat. That's going to be a good hit. Wow. Straight into the corner. Rounding second. Rounding third. He's going home. Oh, no. Can we get a replay on that? Oh, my God. Wow. And another miss from Alvarado. It's 2-1. Another miss from Alvarado. It is 3-1. And another walk. Even though Martin Joseph got thrown out at home, I think that long at bat is really hurt Alvarado. And Garrett Howe with 2 runners on base. Takes strike 1 right down the middle. He's just trying to find the zone. And that was a nice curveball, 0-2. Garrett Howe looking a little overmatched out there. See if he can pull it through for us. And he hits that one. Gets the out, ends the inning. And Carl Edwards Jr. in there to close it out. He will be facing Riley Green in the top of their order. And the ump gives us a strike. That one missed bad. And the 1-2 pitch is a nice pitch, but that is straight through the gap. It's going to be a single. And this part of their lineup is real trouble. Rafael Devers at the 3. MVP chants coming from the crowd. Unwarranted. Into the double play. And Alex Bregman. Carl Edwards get out of this. It is a 1-0 count. It's really nice that the Catfish have Sir Anthony Dominguez in their back pocket for the 10th inning. And that's a strike. Beautiful pitch from Carl Edwards. He's going to try and get Bregman swinging here. And that he does. He connects with it somehow. And Edwards attacks the zone. Bregman gets a hold of it. They're back. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alex Bregman walks it off. Carl Edwards Jr. threw it in the zone to him. Oh, this is so deflating. He was pitching well, too. Checking out some of our young prospects in the minors. Todd Harper had a pretty average season. 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. His batting stats are looking very good. Dave Peters batted .248 in AAA. That's not terrible for him. 9 home runs. Manzo had 23 home runs, .246 average. He has to work on his vision and discipline, but he might see time on the main roster next season. Bruce Gardner, .245 with 8 home runs. He improved a lot this season. Ty France had a good season, but he might make his case for third base. Steve Ullman was down in AA, .313 for him. His batting stats are looking very good. We just have so many first basemen. Some of these guys might get moved to third base or the outfield. Steve Ullman has a 95 arm strength. Edgar Chauson, another young first baseman, .296. Fred Rockwell's in AA. His power slightly dropped, but his contact has gotten better. He has good potential. I want him to make the main roster, but his contact is just so terrible. We finished the regular season with 65 wins. In the National League, the Pirates were worse than us. And in the American League, the Blue Jays were worse than us. The White Sox were worse than us. And the Astros won 41 games. This is what I love to see when I go into player stats. All three of our rookies leading the team in home runs. Todd Ryder's really starting to look good. His potential went up to a B, and I'll take a 235 average from him if it comes with 14 stolen bases and 23 home runs. Raul Lopez, 19 home runs, only 238 for him, but he's still improving as well. Carmen Alonso, 265, 18 home runs, 76 RBIs, 12 stolen bases for him too. Yoshida with 17 home runs, surprisingly, 248. Federico was only batting 238 out of the leadoff spot. He might not be there next year, but one thing I do like from him is 16 home runs. That's a career high. 64 RBIs, also a career high. It makes sense because every year our offense is just getting more and more dynamic. Martin Joseph, 268. He is regressing again this year. I don't know if it's because of his injuries, but hopefully at some point he can eclipse this rookie season. Incredible season out of David Jung, 299, 56 RBIs, 12 home runs. He improved a lot everywhere. He might be the guy that's going to be leading off next year. Garrett Howe, 241, 10 home runs. He's replaceable. A huge bounce back season for Ty France. He took a lot less at bats, but he batted 306 with 6 home runs. Sadly, Pablo Eliendo just isn't taking that step. Liam Hicks definitely looked better than Pablo this season. Will Perfito, 199. He's definitely going to be in the minors next year. Joey Knowles only got 9 at-bats, but they were really good at-bats. He'll definitely be in there for Yoshida next year. Whitlock with the 385. Not bad. Tyler Alexander, once again, our best starting pitcher. Owen White's 5.40 leaves a bit to be desired. He's regressing too. I doubt he's going to be in the majors next year. Gosselin with a 408. It was his first year as a starter, so we're probably going to give him another chance. And Senzatella held it down. Patton got sent down to the minors. He might be back up next year. He's actually improving. And Hunter Barco once again looked rough. Zach Jackson, bad season out of him. He's going to come back on arbitration, but he doesn't have a guaranteed spot in this roster. Same with Carl Edwards. After what I saw against the Red Sox, he might not even come back next season. Eric Miller, another really good year out of him. He could potentially get extended this offseason. Paul Lowski doesn't look ready. I wanted to check him out for September call-ups. Luke Weaver's coming back next year. He had an alright year. Brock Burke's going to be a free agent. I don't know. I know he had 2 productive years for us, but I think we're going to have to go in another direction. And Sir Anthony Dominguez, 2.61 ERA. He is still improving. Since the start of this franchise, him and Tyler Alexander really have kept this team afloat. 65 wins doesn't look too terrible when you have the top 3 Rookie of the Year candidates on your team. Carmen Alonso, Todd Ryder, and Raul Lopez. 2 of these guys can't even drink yet. At the end of the season, Antonio Senzatella retires. I was going to say we got 2 good seasons out of him, but we definitely got 2 seasons out of him. 5-9 with the 4.39 isn't abysmal. We're going to let all of these guys test free agency. Brock Burke, Yoshida, Carl Edwards, and Ben Gamel. We lost lefty in free agency, so I'm going to pick up another one. Angel Zerpa. He's only 30 years old. I like how his ratings look right now, and he's only getting better. Last year, he had a 2.74, and I think that's the kind of pitcher he can be for us. I'm between a couple guys. Gurriel Jr. He has 94 contact lefty, but really no speed on him. The other guy is Christian Yelich. I'd much prefer a lefty in this lineup, especially one with an 88 steal. He's probably going to platoon with a righty to start, but if he's batting well, he's going to be our everyday left fielder. I'm letting all of these guys walk this year. Tristan Gray's the only name that's played in the majors for us. He batted 200 with 6 home runs 2 years ago. That's back when we were really thin at shortstop, but now he's 65 overall, 33 years old. We don't really need him anymore. It's time for the draft lottery. We were the 5th worst team in the league last year. Knowing our luck, we're dropping all the way down to number 11. We dropped down 1 spot to number 6 because the team that was at number 11, the Rays, jumped up 10 spots all the way to number 1. We have 2 spots open on our 40-man roster. I'm mainly looking for a catcher this draft, but I'll take anybody who I think can help us out. There are a couple guys with A potential like Peter Hayashi, Antoine Crane, and Michael Hunter, but we definitely don't need a first baseman, and we definitely don't need a left fielder. Michael Hunter's ratings are just way too low for me to even start thinking about keeping on my roster. By far the best player here is Daniel Schneemann. He's a second baseman, and so is Martin Joseph, who's been one of our more productive players. Schneemann is a lefty, so he could platoon with Joseph, who didn't have the best season last year. And regardless of that, if you look at his secondary position, he can play anywhere on the field. And with a 79 fielding, a 97 arm, and an 82 reaction time, I'm willing to play him anywhere on the field. This is going to be our only pick of this Rule 5 draft. The team's looking so good now, it's hard to find any upgrades in here. A promising spring training this year, we ended with a 14-11 record. Despite the 1 RBI, Ty France, 16 hits, 432 average, still looking in form. Ed Howard trying to play tricks on us, only 12 at-bats, but his stats look alright. Carmen Alonso looking beastly. Martin Joseph looking awesome. And Garrett Howe in his new role off the bench, hitting pretty well. Valenzuela 316, 276 is cold for David Jung. And Christian Yelich looked terrible. Hopefully I don't regret this signing. Whitlock's looking good. Tyler Alexander looking like himself. And Gosselin 1.33 ERA, 0.85 whip. John Patton might sneak into the starting rotation, and Hunter Barco just has never figured it out. He's 29. Enrique Sanchez looked really good. Senglin, a disappointment as always. I'm probably going to start the season with Hunter Barco, but Sanchez and Owen White could find their way up. Zach Jackson looking to come back from last year. He's got some really beastly stats. He just walks too many guys. Eric Miller looking good again. This is what I love to see out of Luke Weaver. This is not what I love to see out of Angel Zerpa. God. And Dominguez, he's good, bro. Trust me. I'm going to cut this down to 26 men, and I'll show you guys what I got. Before we start this next season, there's one more move I want to make with this team. We've added some good talent this year, but one position we've never been able to figure out through the Rule 5 draft has been catcher. Pablo Aliendo looked somewhat promising at one point, but I don't think it's ever going to come together for him. There are actually a lot of unsigned catchers, and even though Rafael Marchand doesn't look amazing, he is the youngest guy here, and he's an upgrade on just about everything from Pablo Aliendo. He's one guy I feel confident in giving a multi-year deal that won't necessarily regress. I showed some urgency this year in addressing that catcher position because we signed guys like Daniel Schneemann and Christian Yelich, so I'm hoping that the lineup flows very smoothly next year. Leading off, we got David Jung, Federico batting second, Martin Joseph batting third, Carmen Alonso cleaning up, Raul Lopez at DH against righties, Christian Yelich in left field, Daniel Schneemann at third base, Rafael Marchand batting out of the 8th spot, and Todd Ryder looking to build on a really good season last year. Against lefties, Ty France had a good season last year. He's looking to build on that. And Joey Knowles batted incredibly in very limited action, so we're going to give him a shot out there this year. Our race is Garrett Whitlock, Tyler Alexander, Tony Gosselin, John Patton, and Hunter Barco. Luckily this year we have other options if Hunter Barco is not good, because he really has not been good. Enrique Sanchez will debut on the main roster. Out of the bullpen, which is subject to change, we have Zach Jackson, Jake Cousins, and Eric Miller. Luke Weaver and Angel Zerpa setting up for Sir Anthony Dominguez. Sir Anthony Dominguez is getting up there in age. We've been playing very well this year, but Todd Ryder, he tore his MCL. He's out for 6 months. Todd Ryder could use this reset. 6 home runs, 200 average. It'll be nice to have somebody else in the lineup. I think Joey Knowles might take his bat against righties. He's batting .308 against lefties. He might have the best batting average on our team, but such a very limited sample size. Christian Yelich has had a weak season to this point, but in light of this injury, we might have to stick with him. I probably would have given Steve Manzo another chance, but he's hurt. I know he's not batting great, but none of our outfielders are ready, and Ty France hasn't been batting great. So I'm going to give Bruce Gardner the call-up, and I'm going to use the stoppage to get Jake Cousins off the roster. He has a 2.13 whip, 7.5 ERA. He's just been bad. And to replace him, we're going to call up Paul Olowski. He did not have a great stint in the MLB last year, but this year he's been very good in AAA. And there he goes. He was having a fantastic season, but Tyler Alexander seems to always get injured, breaks his arm 1 to 2 months. If there's one guy who can't save the season, it better be Joe Senglin. He has deep potential. He's not getting any better, so I'm going to move him up to the MLB right now. He's going to be our long reliever. Let's see how he does. I actually want him to do good, but 36 control is not great. Enrique Sanchez is going to get the nod as our 5th starter. He's looking pretty studly so far. We are at the draft and we are 46-48. That's actually a really respectable record. Right now we're actually only 2 games out from the wild card, so it's time for a late season push. We get Tyler Alexander back in 2 to 3 weeks, which is going to be huge. One guy who really turned it around is Christian Yelich. I was ready to straight up bench him. I think we might take a further look at this pitching rotation when Tyler Alexander comes back. Top couple guys have been good, but the John Patton experiment might be nearing an end, and I'm probably sending Joe Senglin back down. Our bullpen has actually been really good. 2.96 ERA for Zach Jackson, Paul Olowski, 3.62, 3.19 for Eric Miller, Luke Weaver and Angel Zerpa, sub 3, and Dominguez has been fine. He's getting up there in age. I was so focused on being good this season, I actually did not scout anybody. So this could be another interesting draft. But luckily now our team's in a position to compete. So I have all my prospects queued up. Our main need is starting pitcher. Kevin Temple has our #1 draft rank. He's the 28th ranked prospect. I'm hoping to get him around pick 31 because we do have a high pick this year. We have pick 6. So I'm either going to be going after Edwin Rivera. He looks very good. He's the #1 ranked prospect, our #2 ranked prospect. We don't have him fully scouted. There's still a lot of uncertainty in our outfield. I really like Julian Cordero. He looks like a can't miss center field prospect. Wow, they skipped on Edwin Rivera to take Peter Bennett. Does that scare me off of him? Because they must have done their scouting. Let's see Peter Bennett. I think I might go with Cordero. He is really a shot in the dark. He could be terrible. But I think this is going to be my best chance to bolster the outfield in this draft. Kevin Temple is still here with our 2nd pick. I think it's going to be a no-brainer. We're going to take multiple shots at pitchers this draft. Chris Silver, he's easily the best guy on our board. I think he's probably going to be very average. He's the last starting pitcher we have left. Next round, we could take a guy like Ike Diaz. We actually have a lot of high picks in this draft, so I'm going to go for shortstop before they're all off the board. I'm going to go Justin Gibbons here. I'm going to go Brian Yastrzemski here, and then I'm going to look at the rest of the relief pitchers. Alfonso Fuentes looks like he could actually be an alright bat. I know it, it's a first baseman, but there aren't many position players left, and all of these pitchers are ranked way lower. And I'm going to take a swing and probably a miss at Mike Johnson, another catcher. And this next pick's the definition of a swing, Eddie Orszko. Okay, we have a couple onside draft picks. Nobody looks that good, so hopefully nobody pulls a Joe Sanglin. We're going to offer this to Orzo. He declined. Doesn't really matter. I'd much rather have Fuentes. We're going to offer him all of our money. And he declined. We had a pretty good draft this year. Our first round pick, he's a center fielder. He's only 18 years old, 79 potential, pretty good. He could work his way up to B potential. 92 speed, good contact, good vision. He's going to be good. We waited for the second round for Kevin Temple, 89 potential, 61 overall, but he's only 18. He's going to work his way up. He's going to be good for us. Chris Silver, only a 71 potential, but he's at a 69. Hopefully he could be good for us. Justin Gibbons looks all right if he can get his bat to serviceable. 81 potential for Brian Yastrzemski. And Mike Johnson, 79 potential, not terrible. And I might actually look for Fuentes in next year's draft. I'm going to sim out the rest of the season, and hopefully we can push through to the playoffs. Your Catfish finished the 2030 season with a 76-86 record. That is their best in franchise history. If we take a look at past seasons, this is the best by a long shot. It is a 7-game improvement from our 2027 season, and unlike that team, I think this team is very sustainable with all of our young talent. And not only are we sustainable, but we are getting better every single season now. Raul Lopez led the team with 23 home runs. He only batted .232 for the year. Carmen Alonso batting .267 with 21 home runs himself. He had 76 RBIs to Raul Lopez's 75. 8 stolen bases actually isn't too terrible for Raul Lopez. I think these two are going to be duking it out their whole career, just because of what happened in their draft. Christian Yelich, a resurgent season, 283, 14 home runs, 44 RBIs. Sadly, I think that's all we're going to ask out of him. We're going to let him walk this offseason. Marshawn actually looked like a very good signing. His bat is looking very good, +7 contact left, +7 power left. He's just improving at everything. Martin Joseph, an okay season, what we come to expect now. I think this is just what we're going to have to expect out of Martin Joseph going forward. Valenzuela had another good season, 272. He's getting better, really bulking up from the left side. I'm really pleased to see what he's become. Bruce Garner up in the majors, didn't play too well, and his ratings took a hit. He will not be here next year. Daniel Schneemann, a guy we got in the Rule 5 draft, he performed very well. David Young, a pretty good season out of the leadoff spot from him. 22 stolen bases, not that bad, but I'd like to see him get that up. But hopefully he can get that power up next year. He's still young. Garrett Howe, 8 home runs in limited action. Joey Knowles, an alright season for him. Sadly, he's already regressing. He could see the minors next year. Todd Ryder, I told you the torn MCL might be fine for him because he's still improving. His contact up to a 50 is going to be great for him. Trey Morgan, still improving. He's actually a very good fielder. And we called up Steve Manzo at the end of the year. He played very well. 299 average at 67 at-bats. That's not too shabby. Fred Rockwell, 7 at-bats, didn't get a hit. He's going to be up here someday. We called up Paul Olowski. He did not have a great season. I think his ERA was actually better than whoever we sent down for him. And he's improving, so there's a silver lining. Enrique Sanchez is hot, but a 4.24 is not too hot. It's not terrible for a rookie. 6-8. He's going to be good next year. Tyler Alexander with a 4.23. I can't say anything bad about the man. He's a legend around here. Hunter Barco with his first sub-4 ERA. Joe Sanglin in 60 innings with a 3.73 ERA. And we have to be thinking about re-upping at the closing pitcher because Sir Anthony Dominguez, he's showing cracks in his armor at 35 years old. Whitlock had a very good season as our ace. He had a 3.45. Angel Zerpa, a new acquisition. He was good with a 3.3. Luke Weaver with the 3.09. It would be great if we could move him to closing pitcher, but he's just as old as Sir Anthony Dominguez. He's actually a year older. Eric Miller's been consistently decent for us with the 3.05. Zach Jackson with a 2.24. He was a big surprise this year after a 4.52. And probably the biggest surprise was starting pitcher Tony Gosselin. I had to extend him. He had a 2.51 ERA last year with 13 wins and 5 losses. Sadly, he's 35, so he is regressing, but we only have him on the books for 2 more years. This year, we were only 5 games out from the wild card. I really think we're going to get there next year. We had a 3.6 3.65 ERA. That's really good for us. And as you can see, we definitely weren't the worst team in baseball. There were 3 teams behind us in the National League, and 4 teams in the American League had a worse season than us, including the Astros. They were really bad. 61 wins for them. So in this free agency, we see an old friend, Walker Buehler. We might actually need him next year. He got better, which we love to see. I think he might find his way into our starting pitching rotation. We're going to bring in a former reliever of the year to the roster, Joe Payamps. Now, he is regressing, but he has had some very good years. Apart from last year, he's been sub 3, even sub 2 ERA for pretty much his entire career. I'm definitely going to see what he's got. We are very stacked at first base, like overly stacked, but I guess the rich get richer. Andrew Vaughn, I believe he was a former first overall pick. He's a 76 overall outside of the top 150. He's also only 32 years old. Last year, he batted .291 in a limited role. That's what he might need to do for us. The departure of Christian Yelich, paired by the weak outfield performance, really opens up a spot for a couple guys here. They are older guys, so they're going to fill sort of the same role that Christian Yelich did, and hopefully they can be as good at it as he was. But I think they're going to bring a little more power. The first guy's going to be Teoscar Hernandez. And the last guy in this free agency I'm going to bring in is Kyle Schwarber. His power stats are still really beastly. He's 38, but he's still an absolute beast. He's been an absolute beast his entire career. Time for the draft lottery. We have the 8th best odds. I don't see us jumping up. And we get number 8. What did I say? We have 2 open spots for this Rule 5 draft. I'm really looking for some pitching. It feels like that's always the main focus in the Rule 5 draft. We have a lot of guys like Enrique Sanchez, John Patton, Tyler Alexander, and Walker Buehler fighting it out at the end of our rotation for starting pitcher. But I could see myself adding Darius Vines. He's a really true starting pitcher. But there is another guy here who I'd prefer. He's a relief pitcher. It's Cooper Criswell. Now, I really like Cooper Criswell in real life. I've looked for him in this Rule 5 draft pretty much every single year. And this is the first year he's not here. He's 34 years old, but luckily they developed him for me. For my last pick, I think I'm going to bring in Darius Vines. It's taken a long time, but finally we're going to have some competition in this rotation. And it's going to be interesting to see who thrives during spring training. We have a lot of contenders on the team. That's going to be it for the offseason. I'll see you guys at spring training. This year we had a 12-13 record for spring training. I really like how our free agent acquisitions slot in. Kyle Schwarber had 6 home runs. He's looking really good. Teoscar Hernandez batted .364 and Andrew Vaughn batted .281. He's going to be a really nice break for Raul Lopez, who himself batted .388. We need to see that contact for him to be our everyday DH. The big thing is the pitching rotation. Sanglin's not going to be here. He's just in here for injury. Hunter Barco is in that spot. He's going to get the call at the start of the year, but I could see him fading out. Enrique Sanchez was really good. He's still young. And the pitching battle for the 5 spot was really between these last 3 guys. Cooper Criswell, who pitched well. He'll probably be out of the bullpen to start the year. Walker Buehler pitched good. Darius Vines didn't pitch well. He's a Rule 5, so he's going to be around. But if he doesn't pitch great, Tyler Alexander could be back up. We know he's reliable. And Walker Buehler actually pitched really well. That's actually exactly what we wanted to see out of him. I think he's going to be our 4-starter to start the year. One late addition to the main roster is David Hamilton. He's not going to be in the lineup against righties or lefties. We have an extra spot on our roster though, so he's going to be a pinch runner. He can also come in as a serviceable pinch hitter. This is the lineup for the final year of the video. I want you guys to let me know your favorite player on the Catfish so far in the comments below. I want you guys to let me know your favorite player on the Catfish down below to be featured at the start of next video. Leading off, we have David Jung, Valenzuela batting second, Martin Joseph, Carmen Alonso cleaning up, Raul Lopez, Todd Ryder, Daniel Schneemann, Rafael Marchand, and Kyle Schwarber. Against lefties, you have Andrew Vaughn coming in at the DH, and Teoscar Hernandez in left field. Your starting pitchers are Garrett Whitlock, Tony Gosselin, Hunter Barco, Enrique Sanchez, and Walker Buehler. Out of the pen, you have Darius Vines as your long reliever, Zach Jackson, Paul Lowski, Eric Miller, and Cooper Criswell. Joel Payamp setting up, Angel Zerpa, your lefty hand setting up, and closing, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Before we get to the draft, I just wanted to pause it here. We started 2031 21-8. It's time for the draft, and we entered on a 7-game win streak. We're 60-35. Our biggest question mark was at pitching this year. Darius Vines came in. He's good. He has a 3.81 ERA. Cooper Criswell, 4.70 leaves to be desired. In the starting pitching, Whitlock's good. Gosselin, good again. Barco, 4.02, I'll take it. 2.37 for Walker Buehler. Thankfully, we waited a year for him to develop, because he's so good this year. And Tyler Alexander back in the mix. 6-0, 2.96 ERA. Enrique Sanchez is at a 78. And you would think I brought Tyler Alexander up because he was doing poorly. But this year he had a 3.47 ERA. He was one of our better pitchers. But I saw the opportunity to use his last minor league option. We are leading our division right now by 12 games. We started the season 21-8 and we haven't cracked. I expect it to be like that for the rest of the season. Before we can see whether or not we'll make the playoffs, we have to go through this draft. We have the 8th pick, and because of some weak drafting, we're in some desperate need of starting pitching. So we could go after a guy like Rob West or Sean Cortez. They're the 1 and 3 prospects. This is the one guy I'm really interested in at pick 8. Hopefully he's around, otherwise we'll probably go starting pitching. Rob West is still around. We can make a mistake not going with him. He's going to come in a 74 overall with an 83 to 97 potential. I'm assuming every team scouted him, and if he was really that good, I don't think they'd take all of these starting pitchers over him. Now, a scary thing is they did take a left fielder first overall over Ruiz, but I think he's going to be really good. We have to draft him. There are 2 starting pitchers left on the board. Out of necessity, we're going to grab Jungwoo Jang. His walks per 9 was way higher than Jamie Valdez, and I need a guy who could potentially play soon for us. With our next pick, we're going to draft Lewis Irvin. Hopefully he has good potential. We're just going to go for potential on some of these guys, and then later, we're going to draft some relief pitchers. With our next pick, we're going to go Patrick Carlson. We've done some scouting on him, and he's actually our 70th ranked prospect. This is at 84. We're going to take Leon Griffin right here. I'm not stoked about his power, but his potential looks very good, and his vision looks very good. So he'll come in right away and he'll be able to hit, whether it's on the main roster or in the minors. That just means he'll be able to develop. He's a lefty bat as well. We're going to finish it off taking some relief pitchers. I'll see you guys with who I drafted. We're going to take this time to sign Martin Joseph to a fat extension. He hasn't been the superstar we wanted, but he's been consistently good for us throughout his entire tenure here. This year he's batting .309 at the extension deadline. He has arbitration next year, but we want to get ahead of that. 4 years, $8.3 million. Welcome back, Martin Joseph. When I was signing our draft picks, Yoquan Ruiz said 80 through 98 potential, 81 through 99 overall. I was hyped, so I was ready to sign him right there. He inked a pretty big contract. I don't want to get into the details, but I was excited to bring him to you guys until I opened this up. 70 potential, 71 overall. He has good contact, good vision, good fielding. He could actually be good. The 70 potential really hurts the chances of that though. But if you look, he actually has the highest potential out of all of the players in our draft. Zhang is tied with him at a 70 and is okay. Lewis Irvin actually has decent fielding, so he could stick around. Leon Griffin is 65 overall, but he looks alright. 79 vision, 81 contact. But it was not a great haul this year. We've kind of been in a drafting slump recently. Hopefully this draft is just a footnote in history, and the real news this year is going to be seeing us in the playoffs. The second half of the year didn't treat us as kindly as the first half. If you can see after the All-Star break, it went downhill. This was a really rough month for us. We kind of came back in September, but in the standings right now, we are tied with the Dodgers for that last wildcard spot. I really don't know who has the tiebreaker between the two of us, but hopefully it doesn't matter. Hopefully we win this game, the Dodgers lose their game, and it was a not so happy ending to the season for Martin Joseph. He definitely has the injury bug. He has not played a full season since his rookie year. Let's go. Tony Gonsolin against Jared Jones. Let's go. Tony Gonsolin against Jared Jones for the season. Catfish beat the Pirates. Do we make the playoffs is the big question. Congratulations. Catfish have made the postseason. Let's go. We'll be playing the Padres in the first round. We really had to duke that thing out. I'm very proud of this team. Sadly, we won't have Martin Joseph back, so David Hamilton's going to have to get some playing time. I'm going to set up our lineup, and I'll see you guys with what we have for the playoffs. Looking at some player stats, 22 homers out of Carmen Alonso, 21 out of Schneemann. He was a really great pickup, probably our best Rule 5 pickup. Schwarber had 19 home runs. Raul Lopez had 18. Valenzuela continues to impress, 13 home runs, 72 RBIs for him. Andrew Vaughn, 11 homers and 273 at-bats. David Jung leading an average, 334 for him. Absolute beast. Martin Joseph, 297 before he went down. 70 RBIs. Carmen Alonso, 287. Schneemann, 267. Valenzuela and Vaughn around 250. Everybody around 250. It was a pretty good season for us. Walker Buehler led the pitching staff with 12 wins. He was a great free agent signing. Joel Piamps, another free agent signing, 2.96 ERA setting up. Whitlock 3.25, he was a stud. Olowski, he's improving every single year. A 3.36 is very promising for him. Sadly, his potential's going down. Angel Zerpa, another good year out of him. Enrique Sanchez, a sub-4 year for him. That's very good. Darius Vines is a Rule 5 pickup. He's up to a 77. He had a pretty good year. Gonsolin, Bueller, Dominguez, everybody. So many sub-4 ERAs this year. I think this might be Zach Jackson's last year for us. I might even have to remove him from the playoff roster after seeing this. 50 walks, 67 strikeouts. This will be the lineup for the first playoffs. Sadly, Martin Joseph is out. Leading off, you got David Jung. He batted .334 last year. Federico batting second. Daniel Schneemann batting third. Carmen Alonso cleaning up. And Raul Lopez at the 5 spot. David Hamilton, Rafael Marchand, Todd Ryder, and Kyle Schwarber all the way down to a 64. If he really can't put the bat on the ball, I might get Fred Rockwell out there. And against lefties, you're going to get Andrew Vaughn and Teoscar Hernandez in the lineup. This year in the playoffs, we're really going to run a 4-man pitching rotation. It's going to be Whitlock, Gonsolin, Bueller, and Sanchez. Coming out of the bullpen at long reliever, it's Tyler Alexander. If one of these guys get into a pinch, who better to save the day? Out of the pen, Zach Jackson, Paul Olowski, Eric Miller, Cooper Criswell, Joel Piamps, Angel Zerpa, and Sir Anthony Dominguez. It's a full bullpen, but that's really what got us through this season. I'm going to simulate these first 2 games, but hopefully we can jump in this 3rd game with Walker Buehler. And we are going to simulate through this game. It starts out with a triple leading off. Blake Sabol. And we had something going there, but we really can't advance the runners very far. Caught stealing. Oh no, Whitlock gets in some trouble. Grand slam. Oh no. Tyler Alexander in to save the day. He's going to need some run support though. A 2-run homer. There's your run support. Can the Catfish weather the storm? They have 1 more inning. We're going to go bat by bat. Carmen Alonso. Pop up. Raul Lopez. Ground out. And David Hamilton, for the first game of the series, is going to strike out. The Padres take that one.
So the San Diego Padres.
Unfortunate. Who hit that 2-run bomb? Carmen Alonso? I decided to give Schwarber a rest at the 9 spot. When Fred Rockwell hits well, he gives us way more options because he's way faster than Kyle Schwarber.
And today's starter.
Single for Valenzuela, stolen base. Schneemann. Oh, and we get runners in scoring positions. Can't do anything. Gonsolin getting in some trouble. 2 runs, come on. The pitching staff just has not been it. Tyler Alexander's actually been really our only good pitcher these playoffs. Give us 4 good ones. Double out of David Jung. And a solo home run. Left him in 1 too many batters. Stolen base. 1 run scored. We're trying our hardest to get back in this. Keep it a 1-score game. A 2-run home run. We're going run by run. We're going to watch our 9th inning. A strikeout. Manny Machado without a hit. And he walks him. Joe Adel. Please, Paul Olowski. Oh, no. Oh, no. We'll go in. We'll watch. We need 2 runs now.
Number 37. Now in the game as he
That would be a disappointing way to end the season. Rafael Marchand. Oh, wow. He gave him that one straight down the middle. He should have blasted that. 3-2. He's really controlling the zone well right now. And that's a strike. That was a dirty pitch. That one's low. 1-2. This pitcher's stuff outside of the zone really is not competitive. You just can't let him get ahead like this. And see, that is so far out of the zone. Let's see what the 3-2 pitch is. And he got him swinging. That slider was so far out of the zone. Fred Rockwell, this is his first game in the lineup in the playoffs. And the 0-2 pitch. This is for the season. And he misses that. The Padres, they're hugging, they're kissing. We don't do that over here. But we do cry. Because the first playoff series in history comes to an end in only 2 games. The Catfish have been eliminated from the playoffs by the Padres. David Young led the league in triples this year. And in these playoffs, Federico led the league in batting average. I think easily the star of these playoffs was Carmen Alonso. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. No one had any runs batted in other than him. Sadly, with Martin Joseph down, I don't really think we were at our full potential. Before we end this video, I'm going to check out all of our guys in triple, double, and single A. These are just some guys to watch out for in future videos. So let me know in the comments who you think I should call up next season. Guys like Steve Ullman, 96 contact right, 81 contact left. Nick Kurtz still hanging around. Zach Weber quietly improving. Joey Knowles staying fairly stagnant. Steve Manzo's getting there. Daniel Vina looking very good. Julian Cordero, he was in Double-A this year. He's 18 years old, 76 overall. Robbie Chasen's developing a decent bat. Our former first-round pick, Steve Hillman. Another former early pick, Henry Ransom. Kevin Temple up to a 65. He might be the best prospect in our farm. Hoyt Bolich is terrible. I really like Darryl Tobridge. I'd love to see him up on the main roster. Chris Silver is a starting pitcher we recently drafted. Brian Yastrzemski's a former 3rd-round pick. I can see all those guys ending up on the main roster soon, so let me know who you guys want to see next video. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully in the next 3 seasons, we could win a championship. Let me know your favorite player in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.